A former producer of Donald Trump's TV show The Apprentice is revealing everything after his 20-year NDA has expired. Bill Pruitt, one of 4 producers during the first 2 seasons of The Apprentice, went into great detail in an article published this morning for Slate. Bill Pruitt revealed that he signed an expansive non-disclosure agreement that promised a fine of $5 million and even jail time if he were to ever divulge what actually happened. But according to Bill, that NDA expired this year. I'll go over the most shocking parts of his story, and make sure you watch until the end because the last story he mentioned is going to leave you floored. Bill Pruitt, the producer, spends the first half of the article talking about how fake The Apprentice was. Everything was staged and some heavy lifting was done to make Trump look good. Anyone surprised to hear that? One example Bill gives is how Trump was a bumbling mess when filming, but they would help him out in the editing process with some sneaky tricks. Released this morning alongside the article, Bill went on Slate's Daily News podcast and told the following story about how they would get Trump to record lines in a booth and then make it seem like he said it on set.
He doesn't know who these guys, what their names are. Nobody did. You know, he'd be like, you 3, go back up to this, go out into the reception area. The rest of you go up to the loft, to the suite. But we did is we had him say their name. We then cut to the person whose name he's saying on screen, and it makes it look like Trump knows everybody's name. How amazing is that, right? And we're talking like, 8 guys here who he had no idea what any of their names were.
Besides being terrible at his job of hosting the show, Trump also appears to have been a menace on the set towards women. Again, I'm not shocked to hear this. Trump's sexism is talked about in great detail. According to Bill, Trump wasn't shy about sharing his thoughts on women. Listen to Bill talk about this.
On other occasions, he would spy another female camera operator and claim that she resembled his daughter in many ways. And that's all I want to look at is what he would say to a whole line of camera people, singling this person out for her appearance.
Gross! And then there's a story about Bill Pruitt meeting Trump at his golf club in New York. Trump showed him a home that he keeps on the grounds and said that Melania doesn't even know about this, implying that he uses the place for his sexual exploits. And on that same trip to the golf club, the producer tells a story about meeting the architect of the luxurious clubhouse on the property. The architect tells him that Trump didn't pay him what was promised when he designed it. The architect said that Trump paid half up front and then stiffed him on the rest when the project was done, never paying him what was owed. But the most shocking revelation in the article is that Trump said something horrifically racist in front of this producer, and it was caught on tape. In a recorded meeting discussing the 2 finalists for season 1 of the show, Bill Pruitt describes Donald Trump's reaction to the idea of Kwame Jackson, a black man, being declared the winner. Listen to Bill Pruitt describe what happened.
Trump wasn't buying it. He kept nodding his head in this way where he's grimacing and his head's bobbing. And you could tell there's some negative sentiment erupting inside him that he needs to say. And then he said it. And we all listened to him ask us, well, would America buy, use the N-word, winning?
But Bill Pruitt doesn't think we'll ever hear the tapes. According to Bill, these planning meetings were recorded because of FCC rules that forbid game shows from being rigged. So the producers would want evidence that they didn't tell Trump who to pick as the winner.
Those tapes, however, would not have gone into, quote unquote, the system for editing. They never would have been heard. They would have been put aside. And I kind of think that tape recording at that moment was expunged from any system. I don't think anybody would in their right mind ever let that get out.
In the end, this producer on The Apprentice confirms what has been known for a long time. America was conned by a racist and sexist Donald Trump. After seeing a polished version of Trump on TV for years, portrayed as a strong businessman respected by everyone, Americans fell victim to his lies in 2016 and thought they'd take a chance on a businessman running America. And Trump was able to eke out a victory by just 80,000 votes in a few key states, though he lost the popular vote. And sadly, people are still falling for his con to this day. But more and more people are waking up to the fraud that is Donald Trump. We beat him in 2020, and I believe we can do it again in November. This time, hopefully, sending him away for good.